So it's about 10 degrees out, 10 degrees Celsius, and it was about 7 degrees this morning when I first turned on this Dr. Heater dual mode heater. It uses radiant heating, radiant infrared heating, and convection heating. And if it gets up to the temperature you set it at, I think it'll turn them both down, or I think it'll turn the convection heating element off. So when I came home tonight, for example, this glowing red element was off and the fan was not blowing. But when I turned it on this morning, the temperature in the house was 20 degrees, and within about 15 minutes actually, the thermostat over here, it's actually in another room, the thermostat went up by a degree. And then when I came home tonight, it was still at 21 degrees. I turned up the Dr. Heater over here, and within about 15 minutes, the thermostat in this next room went up by another degree to 22 degrees. So it's been blowing for about a couple of hours now, and that convection heating element has not turned off, and the fan is not turned off. It uses 1500 watts, and so over an hour it would burn up 1500 watt hours. Now you might think it's an unwise idea to try to heat with an electric heater, because maybe you think that our hydro comes from coal-fired plants or something, but in Ontario our hydro comes mostly from nuclear, and a large portion of it comes from hydroelectric. And you can see here that only 1.2% of our energy in Ontario was coming from the burning of fossil fuels at the time that I was testing this heater. Now, given that meters in Ontario are on a smart metering system, we pay different rates at different times. So off-peak is 6.5 cents a kilowatt hour, and that's what we'd pay at night. Nonetheless, calculating the total cost of running a 1,000 watt or a 1,500 watt heater during the day and the night, I produced this spreadsheet based on two scenarios. One, you can see if it's running at 1,000 watts, and the other scenario is if you're running it at 1,500 watts. And so even if it ran all day, it would cost a little over $2 a day to run at 1,000 watts, and a little over $3 a day to run at 1,500 watts. And that works out to being something around $65 a month at 1,000 watts, or around $100 a month at 1,500 watts. But of course, my thinking is it wouldn't run all day long. During the day, when the sun is shining, we have a lot of passive solar in our home, a lot of southern-facing windows, and so if the sun is shining, even when we were running our furnace, we didn't have to run it during the day. And then at night, that's when you pay the lower rate, 6.5 cents a kilowatt hour. So hopefully this wouldn't be that much more expensive to run than our gas furnace, even if we had 2 or 3 units running in the house. But you know what? Right now, it's pretty comfortable in here. Right up to about here, and then when I get to the front door, now I can feel the temperature drop. Over here, it's not so bad. As we walk through the kitchen towards where the heater is, this one heater in the corner of the house is doing a pretty good job. It's quite comfortable in this room. And it's also, I would say, quite comfortable in this room. the adjacent room. Oh, I'm pretty pleased. That's with it being 10 degrees outside. I'm sure 0 or sub-zero would be a completely different story. So, we'll see if we'll get some more of these and possibly heat without burning gas this winter.